You shouldn't settle for a boyfriend. You know that you need more. You know that you need a husband, and you know that you need to be a wife. Deep down, that feels so much better for you. There's so much more solidity, so much more safety, so much more devotion in that title and in that level of commitment. And yet so many women, maybe you at some point or right now, have settled or are settling for the title of being a girlfriend and their man just being their boyfriend, and wasting years of their life not getting what they truly want and need. Hello, I am Zach Grody, and I am here to lead you into creating the relationship of your dreams by learning how to inspire a man into cherishing you with feminine energy and with what I call feminine communication. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that below, hit the notification bell, and be sure to like this video because I'm going to make sure it's a good one for you today. The title of girlfriend doesn't really even mean anything. All it means is that your boyfriend is not sleeping around with other women, that is the agreement. And that's it, right? That's not actually very much of a commitment, because at any time he could just be like, hey, see you later. I'm going to go sleep with other women, or I'm going to go meet somebody else. I'm going to find someone else that is better for me, that's better suited for me, that I have more fun with. Maybe a woman that I want to get married to. The only commitment is that right now, I'm not sleeping with other women. How is that a commitment? How can you even feel safety in that level of commitment, right? Because at any point he could actually abandon you. When I met my wife, the difference was, we were boyfriend and girlfriend for 7 months, 8 months before I proposed to her, at which point I suppose I'm now her fiance, so the titles change. However, there was never really a time where she didn't feel my intention to fully commit to her for life, right? Like, the only reason that I became exclusive with her is because I was dating for marriage. I had every intention, if I made her my girlfriend, to actually marry her. And the only reason I didn't propose right away is I just really wanted to make sure that I was making the right choice. But I wouldn't have even gotten in a relationship with her unless I was relatively quite sure that we were going to get married. So throughout our entire relationship, she's feeling this intention from me, where it's like, oh, well, yeah, he's going to propose. He's going to be making this move, and it's only a matter of time. And I told her this as well. It's not just that she's feeling this intention. I literally told her to her face. It's like, yeah, we're going to be dating for a while. I really want to make sure that this is the right choice, but this is my intention. She didn't make me say that. I just believed it, and that was the truth. So that's what I told her. And so it was a 7-month period of being boyfriend and girlfriend, but with a very clear intention that it's almost certainly going to be much more than that. And that's fine, right? Like, it has to be that way, because otherwise you can't just meet somebody and then a couple weeks later, yeah, we're going to get married, when you don't actually know them. You have to go through the getting to know process. But because she can feel my intention the entire time, the safety for her, that ease that she is feeling, where she can just relax and let go, that's coming from feeling my intention. Because, like, in my heart, it was basically like, we're already married. That's not what's happening for most women, though. And it's really important for women to be honest with themselves about this. Most of the time, a woman gets into a relationship with a man, and she's happy, right? Yay, like a man chose me. I'm his girlfriend now. He's my boyfriend. And she's not feeling much of that intention to do much else. Like, he's not really leading things forward after that. It's like, okay, well, we're boyfriend, girlfriend now, and now we can relax. And to be fair, that might lead towards moving in together at some point. So there's still an intention to move things forward, but it's still not moving towards a lifetime commitment. I suppose moving in together, there's more of a commitment, because you're not going to move in together if you have an intention, probably, an intention of breaking up with them, right? Because it's a really big pain in the ass to move in with someone and then eventually move out. But even that can be a relatively low-level commitment, because have you ever had a roommate before? Were you planning on staying with that roommate forever? No. It was a short-term thing. So as a roommate, except in this case, you can be like a roommate with somebody and there's just other benefits, right? The benefits of intimacy and having fun together in other ways, but it can still actually be a lower level of commitment. And so marriage is really showing which men are walking the talk, so to speak, right? Marriage, it's not just a piece of paper. It's about intention. It is about the promise, which, yes, of course, you can actually divorce and everything, but nobody is going to get married. No one is getting married with the intention of divorcing, except maybe a few gold diggers who are just in it for the money. But for the most part, when a man chooses to marry a woman, it's because he wants to be with her for life and because he has the intention of being with her for life, right? That's what creates a much greater level of security for a woman. Whereas girlfriend, it just doesn't at all. And so if you've been in the situation where you got into a relationship with a man, so you're now his girlfriend, and you didn't really feel much in the way of his intention, you're not going to feel that safety, are you? You're not going to feel that level of security. And now maybe you're not even sure about him either, right? But the more sure that you become about him, the more in love with him you become, the more that you really need that security, because it's like you don't want to lose that. But unfortunately, what a lot of women do is they have this settling kind of energy. It's like what you're doing is you're settling for crumbs. And when I say crumbs, like, yes, I'm talking about, a man that's not fully providing for you and taking care of you and protecting you and all that stuff. But part of the crumbs can just be like the status of boyfriend, girlfriend. And you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to be fully clear with yourself, not to mention with him, about what you truly need and what you're not willing to tolerate, essentially, because you don't want to lose him, because you don't want to be too much. You hope that if you just minimize yourself and can just be happy with so little, that he will choose to marry you. But the truth is actually the opposite. The truth is actually the woman that a man is going to want to marry is not going to settle for anything less. Now, that doesn't mean I'm telling you become like this masculinized boss babe with all these expectations and this full list of things, demands that you want and expect from a man, because that's not going to attract masculine men. That might attract really emasculated men who are looking for a mother, somebody to boss them around. But the kind of man that you actually want is going to be completely turned off by that. So what I'm talking about, it's not about setting these expectations or having these expectations, certainly not setting them in any kind of masculine way, but you need to be in touch with your need. And that's part of what this video is about. It's about telling you it's okay to want way, way more than just boyfriend, girlfriend status. You need more than that. It's okay. And you also need to be willing to not tolerate anything less. What that means is you need to be vulnerable with him. You need to use feminine communication with him. Communicate your fears, right? Because you should have fears of not being married. You should have fears of wasting your time with this guy, of just being boyfriend, girlfriend forever, of just cohabiting with him, but never actually being the title of wife with him. Those should be real fears of yours. If you're in touch with your body, if you're in touch with your feminine instinct, and if you truly love him and respect him and want to be with him forever. Okay? So those are your fears, and you need to be sharing that stuff with him. That's not going to be a burden to a masculine man. It's going to be a burden if you communicate it the wrong way. It's going to be a burden if you're energetically trying to get any outcome from him, because that would be leading, right? And that could be a form of manipulation as well. If you're putting on this expectation energetically, that's going to feel like an obligation to him. That's going to feel heavy, and he's not going to want to marry you. Like, that will actually turn him off. And this is the difficulty. This is one of the difficulties for women, right? Because to be in your feminine self-worth and to inspire a man into wanting to take care of you and into wanting to give you a label of much more than just girlfriend, you need to be willing to share everything with him. All of your feelings that are coming up, all of your needs. You can't hide that stuff, because when you hide it, you're not in your self-worth, and then that's not going to be attractive to him. And then he's not going to see you as wife material. He might see you as girlfriend material, like, this is fun, I'm having fun with her, I might have fun with her for a few years. And I'm not saying he's thinking this consciously, this is all unconscious. So that's what he might be experiencing in his body. He's just not feeling this intention of, oh, I want to marry this woman, because he doesn't see you as wife material. He doesn't feel that. And again, it's not that he's necessarily consciously trying to waste your time. He almost certainly isn't. It's just that he doesn't fully feel what he needs to feel to have that clear desire, that really overwhelming, we could call it, but very strong desire to claim you as his wife. So you need to be communicating all your needs and feelings. You can't hide them, because you have to be in your self-worth, but then you have to do it in a feminine way that is actually inspiring and not burdening him. Because if you communicate it in any way other than a vulnerable feminine way, even if he does choose to marry you, he'll be doing it for the wrong reasons. He can feel that you're more in control in the relationship. And if a man marries you and you're more in control, that means he's extremely emasculated, first of all, right? And you're going to eventually lose attraction for him. But also, he's going to lose attraction for you, right? Everything that he does for you, it's not going to be coming out of devotion. It's going to be coming out of obligation. Like, I got to do this to make her happy, otherwise she won't want to be with me, or she's just going to be upset all the time and talk about her feelings. That's not the reason a man should be doing stuff for you. He should be doing it because he just loves to do it, including marriage, right? Why did I choose to propose to my wife? Like, what's in it for me? Nothing. Okay? There's really nothing in it for a man to get married. It just puts me more financially at risk. It costs money. It's a whole lot of work and time and energy. It's an enjoyable experience, like the marriage itself, like getting married is an enjoyable experience, and just the idea of being a wife is amazing for a woman. But a man typically doesn't have the same experience. Why did I do it? Because I just love the idea of making her happy, of creating the safety for her, of her just fully knowing for sure, not just in my words, but in my actions, that I'm never going to leave her, that I want to be with her forever. It was the only reason for me. But a man is only going to feel that desire. A really masculine man is only going to feel that when a woman knows how to operate in her feminine self-worth, especially over the long term. And if you don't know how to do that, if you've experienced less than that, if you've gotten, boyfriend, girlfriend breadcrumbs, where you're not having a masculine man, keyword is masculine man, really leading towards marriage, and his intentions are very clear. If you're not experiencing that, if you haven't experienced that, then you need to change that. Or at least I suggest you should change that, assuming that you want to be a wife to a masculine man someday. What you need to do is you need to learn how to shift into your feminine self-worth. You need to learn feminine communication and communicate your needs and feelings vulnerably so the man understands what you need and so that he's inspired to want to take care of you. And this is what we help you do in our Academy program, where we teach you this language and we show you how to make these shifts and how to let go of control and how to love yourself fully. It's also what we show women on our upcoming masterclass. Right? In our masterclass, we will role play for you what this looks like. We'll teach it to you. We'll show you the feminine communication. We'll answer your questions. And it'll make so much more sense. You'll actually have much more of a roadmap to understand, like, okay, here's how I need to shift my communication. These are all the ways that I'm doing things wrong. Here's the ways that I'm pushing men away. Here's how I'm demotivating a man from wanting to be my boyfriend or wanting to be my husband. Here's all the ways that I'm causing him to just get irritated and close down more. And here's the ways that shifts that and inspires him into wanting to take care of me and cherish me. That's what you need. All of my offers, the Academy, the Masterclass, as well as all my other offers, the Academy, the Masterclass, and also my other offers, my books, my free group, my women's dating course, all of it, they're all in the links below this video in the description. So go to the description, click on one of the links, and really get started diving into this and learning the solutions to become the woman that you want to be, and so that you can learn how to inspire a man into wanting to claim you as his wife.